Well, hey Jeff, this one's for you. Larry B here at Tecumseh, whatever it's called, Tecumseh Overlook, Tecumseh Rocks. Beautiful downtown Forestburg Scout Reservation. Wanted to show you the particular top-belayed rappel that I'm setting up for our troop, and I'll report back later how it works. We have 3 bolts and hangers here. I'm using 2 of them for the Toprope anchor system. I can hear Chuck saying, couldn't you use different color ropes, but I got what I got, and I'm working with what I'm working with. I actually used a 90-foot piece of static rope that I have, and even at 90 feet I still had enough left over to make a participant safety lead. Had so much rope left over that I was able to twine it back on itself, so at least it's a little bit distinctive from the other ropes. And even after twining it back on itself, it looks like I still have another 25 feet or so of rope. So I suppose maybe you could use about a 50-foot piece of rope for this Toprope anchor system. The yellow webbing going around the pylon here, which George tells me is massively strong, but we do not trust guardrails. We prefer not to trust them. Again, George Kaiser, the ranger here, assured me that they were super strong, but that he also does abide by the no handrail rule, because there's a lot of leverage there. You don't know, some 250-pound scout might be able to torque that out or not. So we have a yellow piece of webbing slung around this pylon, and we'll take you around the safe side. And that goes downhill and becomes redundant with a, pardon the amateur photography here, redundant with a prusik, which is wrapped on one of the anchor legs. So it's redundant. It's not decoupled, but I think it's sharing and giving double safety to the instructor, who should be on tether right now, of course. So let me clip in. Tethered. Okay, now speaking of, would this be, yeah, this would be a redirected perhaps, but direct belay. So my Toprope anchor system comes down, traditional single rope, double 2 figure eights on a bite, with the not needed for anything loop or rope in the middle. However, instead of running the belay rope directly through here, I'm running the belay rope directly through there through a belay device, because I'm going to be up top here. Now the cool thing, in theory, and we shall see in practice, is that I figure I'm going to tie in a rappeller, and I'm going to lower him, and when he gets to the bottom, I'm going to have one short side and one long side. And already, by trying to pull the rope through with no weight, no persons, no complications up here, I found that it was unwieldy, difficult, annoying, take time. So what I'm going to do is, when one rappeller gets to the bottom and unhooks, actually unties, I will put the short end of this rope to the next rappeller, and he will go down, and I will rotate the ends of the belay rope. Did I say rappel rope? I hope not. So we'll see how that works out. I've got some padding here, although predominantly, since I'm lowering, I'm not belaying and I'm not putting weight on here as much as I would for belaying. My vision is that there will be less abrasion and wear on the belay rope, because there's not a lot of pressure on the belay rope. Up here, my anchor system is going across a fairly sharp edge, so I do put a piece of carpet here, and I will keep an eye on that to see that it stays in place. I am using the lower railing for a redirect and just to take a little pressure off the edge, going over the edge here. And fire hose is waiting for the rappel line. The rappel line will hook into that third bolt and hanger. So, not sure how methodical I was about giving you the big picture and then zooming in on the parts, but we'll see. I might be able to email this or post it on YouTube or something, or hook you up with this. Okay, and my ground school is going to be that way off in the woods. Not like you can see it with this kind of camera, but you'll see a large log, and oh, it's kind of hidden in the bushes, I think. Anyway, there's a large log somewhat perpendicular to a tree, so I'm going to put a short rappel rope. I'm going to put some webbing around the tree about 5-6 feet up, as high as I can reach. That's high enough. And clip a short static rappel rope, same as the kids are going to be using here. That's important because they need to get used to the same rope and have it go through the device just the same as they did in practice. So I'll tie a figure 8 on the end of the short piece of rappel rope, or a static rappel rope, and did I say a figure 8 on a bite, and clip that to the webbing around the tree. And they'll use the large dead tree log for their feet, for walking on their heels. And I'm interested to see if this will teach them that at whatever angle they are to the surface, or rather wherever they are on the surface of the rock as they go down, they will need to be on their heels. So if the rock is a ledge, they can be on their heels and standing straight up. If the rock is a sheer wall, then they will need to be perpendicular to that sheer wall and in kind of a pike position. And if the ledge goes under, well, they need to drop their butt down even more than their feet to get around the underside of the ledge. And at some comfortable time, they can then let go with their feet. And the idea and the goal is that they won't bonk their head or face into the side of the rock. Now, I'll see how well I am at minimizing all that information when I run the ground school. So, this one's for you, Jeff. Catch you later.